Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Committee of Adjustment meeting will begin shortly. Before we begin today's meeting, Seguin Township acknowledges that we are on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe peoples in the Huron-Robinson Treaty Area. We recognize and respect the long history of First Nations and Métis peoples on this land, and that this region continues to be home to many thriving First Nations communities that have lived on Turtle Island for time immemorial. Seguin Township is committed to ongoing learning, responsible stewardship of our planet, and building relationships to help create a better future for generations to come. So if I could have a mover and seconder, please, for a resolution to convene today's meeting. Moved by Greg, seconded by Wibb. That the Committee of Adjustment for the Corporation of the Township of Seguin hereby convenes at 4:01 p.m. on Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. All in favor? And carried. So the Committee of Adjustment hereby convenes a public meeting as per the Planning Act. Applicants and the public can speak at the public meeting. When asked who wishes to speak to an application, please raise your hand, state your name and address, and direct all comments through me. Notice of decisions will be sent to applicants and to the public if requested. Only the prescribed persons as per the Planning Act may appeal a decision or condition of approval within 20 days after the decision. A couple of rules of order, those attending remotely, if you could please keep your mic muted unless you're addressing the committee. People physically attending, if you wish to address the committee, please approach the podium and tap the mic so the green light is on so that the remote folks can also hear you. Also, agents and owners, committee does have the full application and reports, so no need to present them in their entirety, but anything you need to highlight, please feel free. So I require a mover and a seconder, please, for a resolution to accept today's agenda. Jim and Wibb. So moved by Jim, seconded by Wibb, that the Committee of Adjustment for the Corporation of the Township of Seguin hereby approves the agenda for the January 14th, 2026 hearing. All in favor? And carried. Okay, and one more time, a mover and seconder, please, to accept the minutes of the last meeting, which took place Wednesday, December the 10th, 2025. Moved by Jim, seconded by Wibb. That the Committee of Adjustment for the Corporation of the Township of Seguin hereby accepts as read and circulated the minutes of its last hearing that took place Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. All in favor? And carried. Disclosure of pecuniary interest. Does anyone on the committee have any conflicts for today's meeting? None heard. So we will launch into the application portion. I will ask the Secretary Treasurer to please introduce our first application.
The purpose of permission to expand application A-2025-0040H for Caravaggio is to expand a non-conforming boathouse by 17 square meters and 2.4 meters in length, requiring permission to expand under the Planning Act. Correspondence in support of the application was received from Tom Mittertrainer.
Okay, thank you. Do we have Mr. Lorenz? Do you wish to speak to this application?
Yep. Good morning, Chair and committee members. My name is Jack Lorenz, 370 Phillip Street East, Gravenhurst, Ontario, P1P1M5. I think this one's pretty cut and dry. The whole purpose of this is just to extend the boathouse 8 feet so that the owner's boat can fit in. As usual, appreciate staff's time, and if you have any questions, then feel free to ask. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'll turn it over to committee members. Any questions or comments on this application? Okay, we'll ask for a mover and seconder then to bring it to motion, To vote, moved by Greg, seconded by Jim. That the Committee of Adjustment hereby approves permission to expand application A-2025-0040-H Caravaggio to expand a non-conforming boathouse subject to a maximum expansion area of 17 square meters and boathouse length of 2.4 meters with the following permissions under bylaw section 4.28.1 J. Lakes permitting a boathouse. Clear Lake does not permit boathouses. Proposed is a one-story, one-slip boathouse, which is existing, so the permission is then to allow this one-story, one-slip boathouse. Under section 4.28B, maximum width of shoreline structures permitted is 23 meters. Proposed is 31 meters for a permission of 8 meters, which is 3 meters larger than what is existing. And section 4.28.1 J, table 4.4, maximum length 11 meters is permitted. 12.4 meters proposed for a permission, asking permission for an expansion of 1.4 meters. Subject to the following conditions, the extent of the relief will generally conform to that shown on the plans attached to the decision. And number 2, that the owners obtain a building permit to construct the boathouse extension within 3 years of the date of decision of the Committee of Adjustment. All in favor? And carried.
Thank you.
The application has now been approved. You will get a letter in the next few days notifying you of the decision, and the 20-day appeal period starts now.
Okay, thank you. And moving on to the second application, Goguen, I believe, if you could introduce, please.
The purpose of minor variance application A-2025-0041F for Gauguin is to permit a cottage addition requiring a variance for a reduced front yard setback. No formal correspondence was received.
Okay, thank you. Do we have anyone wishing to speak? Go ahead, please, sir. Tap the mic, the bottom there, green
There we
light,
go.
and you're good to go. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairperson and committee members. My name is Peter Gogan. I'm from Farmington Hills, Michigan, 34555 Ramble Hills Drive. We have a property on 45 Lower Lane, which is the subject of the current request. My wife and I, first of all, we are the owners of the property. We also own the property next door. We appreciate the work done by the planning committee. The report was very thorough. We have no objections to any of the recommendations, findings, or conditions. Just as a point of reference, this property was previously owned by my wife's family for 50 years. So we're anxious to bring it back to life. It was a tear down, and we began the process, and we had to make some adjustments, and we do appreciate the committee's assessment and look forward to answering any questions that you have.
Okay, thank you, sir. Just hang on 1 second in case there are any questions. Wib has a question. Go ahead, Wib. Tap your mic, please, Wib.
Understand there was a minor variance back in 2014. What was the lapse in time there?
I was retired. I started working again. So we kind of lost the ability to really put a lot of effort into it. So it's just an issue of time.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay, well, thank you, sir. We'll bring it to vote. If you could just turn your mic off on the way out, please. Thank you. So mover and seconder, please, to bring this forward. Moved by Greg, seconded by Wib. That the Committee of Adjustment hereby approves variance application A-2025-0041-F for a cottage addition subject to a maximum floor area increase of 12 square meters with the following variance to zoning bylaw 2006-125. Under bylaw section 6.3, table 6.2, front yard setback 20 meters is permitted. Proposed is 2.8 meters for a variance of 17.2 meters. The extent of the variance will generally conform conditions for this application. The extent of the variance will conform to that shown on the plans attached to the appendix of the decision. And number 2, that the owner applies for and obtains the required permits for the cottage addition within 18 months of the date of decision of the Committee of Adjustment. All in favor? And carried.
The application has been approved. You will get a letter in the next few days notifying you of the decision, and the 20-day appeal period starts now.
Okay, next one, please.
The purpose of minor variance application A-2025-0042H for Williams is to permit a dwelling and attached garage requiring a variance for increased lot coverage. No formal correspondence was received.
Okay, thank you. And do we have anyone attending? I see, is it Savas?
Yes, Savas. Thank you.
Go ahead,
My name
please.
is Savas Fratis. I'm from Plan Muskoka. I'm here representing the applicants as their agent. I don't have a lot to add. This application is fairly minor, in my opinion. The building that's proposed is sort of centrally located on a well-wooded lot. The 0.7% lot coverage represents about 70 square meters. I don't see that as being impactful to the area around it. This is a waterfront backlot surrounded by roadways on all 4 sides. So there's no direct impact, I believe, to any adjacent neighbors. But yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. There's an existing entrance off the Lakeview Crescent roadway to the proposed building site. So I don't see any further disturbance really being required to accommodate this variance. So in my opinion, I've read the recommendation to the staff report and I agree with the recommendation for approval, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that the committee may have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Committee, any questions? Okay, no questions. So mover and seconder then to bring this to vote. Moved by Jim, seconded by Greg. That the Committee of Adjustment hereby approves minor variance application A-2025-0042-H for Williams to construct a 2-story dwelling with an attached 1-story garage on the property with the following variance to zoning bylaw 2006-125 under section 10.3, table 10.2, maximum lot coverage 5% is permitted, proposed is 5.7%. For a variance of 0.7% subject to the following conditions. The extent of the variance will generally conform to that shown on the plans attached to the appendix of the decision. And number 2, that the owner applies for and obtains a permit for the dwelling and attached garage within 3 years of the date of decision of the Committee of Adjustment. All in favor? And carried.
The application has been approved. You will get a letter in the next few days notifying you of the decision, and the 20-day appeal period starts now.
Thank you.
Okay, on to our 4th application, please.
The purpose of minor variance application A-2025-0043H for Pitaway is to permit a 1-story garage with an attached carport requiring variances for reduced interior side yard setbacks and maximum eave encroachment. No formal correspondence has been received.
Okay, do we have anyone representing this application? No, okay. Committee, questions, comments? I had one question. What's the advantage of dividing this all up into like eaves versus wall versus, why not just have one?
Great question. I asked the same thing of the agent. It was just more of a preference to show that I think the actual entire garage structure is set back a certain amount. And the roof overhang comes a little bit out further, and the wall extension is just a small amount that comes out even closer. So I think it was just to show the separation of the 3 items, and not that the entire garage structure is at 0.3 meters from the lot line.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, mover and seconder, please. Moved by Greg, seconded by Wibb. That the Committee of Adjustment hereby approves minor variance application A-2025-0043-H for Pitaway to construct a single-story garage with an attached carport with the following variances to zoning bylaw 2006-125. Under section 6.3, table 6.2, and section 4.1.6A, interior yard setback for the garage structure, 5 meters is permitted. Proposed is 3.9 meters for a variance of 1.1 meters. Under section 6.3, table 6.2, and section 4.1.6A, interior side yard setback, and this is regarding the roof overhang, 5 meters permitted, 2.7 meters proposed for a variance of 2.3 meters. Section 6.3, table 6.2, and section 4.1.6A, interior side yard setback for the wall extension, 5 meters permitted, 0.3 proposed. Variance, in this case, 4.7 meters is asked for. And under section 4.21A, table 4.2, maximum eve encroachment from main wall into side yard, 0.75 meters permitted. Proposed is 1.2 meters for a variance of 0.45 meters. And all of this subject to the following conditions. The extent of the variances will generally conform to that shown on the plans attached to the appendix of the decision. And number 2, that the owner obtain a building permit to construct the garage within 3 years of the date of decision of the Committee of Adjustment. All in favor? And carried.
The application has been approved. You will get a letter in the next few days notifying you of the decision, and the 20-day appeal period starts now.
Okay, other business. Does anyone have any business? No business. Okay, very good. Then I will ask for a motion to adjourn, please. Moved by Jim, seconded by Greg. That the Committee of Adjustment for the Corporation of the Township of Seguin does hereby adjourn this meeting at 4:17 PM on Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. The committee will hold its next hearing at 4 PM Wednesday, February 11th, 2026, or at the call of the chair, unless the Secretary Treasurer has not received complete applications for committee consideration. All in favor? Carried. We are adjourned.